check 1 2 1 2. Sarah.
Mike, check 2 1 2.
1 2 1 2. Everybody make way. Sarah Evans coming through. Let's ride.
Yeah, let's ride.
Let's ride to the cafe corner. Welcome to the Tiffany Show, Kojiko, your TV Peterborough, and of course my social media channels. If you do not subscribe to Kojiko, we highly recommend that you do.
Yes, please.
Euphoria Wellness Spa, Canoe Cafe, the home of the show. Thank you to the staff working today, and of course Simone Dobson for always taking good care of us.
Always.
This young lady beside me, you may recognize. Not only have you seen and heard her in each episode of The Tiffany Show, she's also a well-known real estate agent, a local lover, a business supporter, a cheerleader. Sarah Evans. I know a little bit about you. I know a lot about you, actually. One of my favorite people. I can hear your laugh from a mile away. What I know about you is that you treat everybody well. The same.
Thank you.
Across the board.
Yeah.
Years and years and years ago, our paths would cross, and every single time I saw you, you were just like a light, an absolute light. You just light up a room, sister. So why don't you tell our friends a little bit about yourself, your hometown, maybe some fun facts, what you like, special talents?
Special talents. Well, no. I am local. I grew up on a farm east of Peterborough, and I love growing up on a farm. It was great.
What kind of farm? Like
Dream
veggies?
on. No, beef.
Beef?
Yeah, we had beef cattle, and I begged my dad for horses, and I finally got a couple, so that was nice. I had to be old enough and look after them, of course, so, you know, it's nice. It sort of shaped my work ethic and everything else in life, you know, work hard and good things happen, and my dad gave me that. Cheers to him. 20 years this year that he's been gone, but you know, our dads stick around us, don't they?
Dads are super special. What was your dad's name?
Frank Christie.
Frank and John. I bet they would have been friends.
They would have been.
Yeah, Frank Christie.
Yeah. I love my home here in Peterborough, and it's close to all the arenas for my kids that play in lacrosse, and it is lacrosse season, so we're back heavy into sports again.
Yeah, shout out to all our lacrosse players out there. Good luck to all of you.
All the kids out there playing.
Keep going.
And for all sports, whatever it is that you're playing, gymnastics, soccer, all of the things. If you're becoming an angler, whatever it is, awesome. Go get it on, and for everyone that's out there doing it, like, well done. It's awesome.
Yes, and local businesses that fuel all the sports teams, right? We say a lot. Like, and I know you sponsor out at the Evinrude Center. We've got your big ball real estate banner up at the top there, which is really cool.
It's at the Evinrude and the Kinsman.
It is at the Kinsman,
yeah.
Love to see it, but especially those businesses, right? Our local businesses sponsor all the local sports teams and not-for-profit organizations and all those good things. And of course, how long have you been in business?
I have been a realtor for 18 years now. I'm going into my 19th year.
18 years.
Yes, I have an incredible team at Ball Real Estate. We are here on Hunter Street in Peterborough. I have a lot of people ask, oh my gosh, you're at Ball, and of course they're known for their waterfronts and cottage country.
Oh yeah.
There are brokerages throughout Bob Cajun and Apsley and Lakefield and Halliburton and Norwood, and of course Peterborough, and our home office is at Lakefield. But the question I get the most is, are you still selling in Peterborough? Oh my gosh, yes, so much. I'm selling in Peterborough. The office is down on Hunter Street again, and I have an amazing team that works with me. My crew, I am so blessed to have them.
I love that.
Yeah.
You surround yourself with those people, right, that are all doers in the same mindset. It makes it so nice to be with.
Yes.
What made you, so I know this isn't one of the questions on the list, but what made you want to be a real estate agent? Like, how did you get into this path?
My ex-fiance.
Really?
Yes. My ex-fiance, who was American, and he was in the Navy. And when I became engaged, that is what he thought I would be great at. And so when I moved to New York with him, that's what I was going to do. So locally here, I started at a flat rate realty.
Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah.
yes, and got my license there. And it didn't pan out with him, which is okay. So I stayed.
Yeah, some transitions to grow, right?
Some transitions to grow, but it was sort of a base, and I got into it, and I loved it. Yep, I loved it. And anyway, so fast forward, didn't work out with him, but I'm eternally grateful for him for steering me in the path that I was meant to go to. Like, really very grateful for him always.
It's so interesting in life how like some of these hard things can like happen, and at the time they're hard for us, but we don't realize until years later, oh, that tough situation actually served me
so well. So completely well. And learned lots and grew lots. And, you know, the scariest things in life are usually the biggest rewards and pay off the most.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would encourage everyone to leap. You know, you have a dream, something comes into your head, go and do it. Like, just go and do it.
I love that you're one of the big dreamers too, that encourages people on just to chase that, right?
Yeah, but you have to. You know, you have to, and it's your life, and no one else is going to go and do it for you. I mean, absolutely not, right?
Absolutely.
We know this. Like, no matter what, no one is coming to get you, save you, or otherwise.
Nobody's coming to save you.
And do it on your own, and go and be successful, and just keep your drive and go, right? Which is probably the hardest. I think that we're in a time right now where it's pretty tough for folks to keep going. Everything is expensive. We're in an economic time where things are a little bit crazy, you know, and it's post-COVID, and we're all coming out of that, and there's so much. And I think to stay positive, keep yourself, your mindset going is so important, and I want everyone to do that. Like my kids blow me away. They are tremendous little athletes, and they set their goals, and they go and they achieve their goals, and I am so phenomenally proud of them. Like they my kids inspire me. They're awesome.
Were you a goal setter too when you were young? You seem like a goal setting kind of person.
Do you know what? I went to a phenomenal after my dad passed, and I was sort of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And James was very much so saying, you should go into real estate. I was lucky enough to go to a place in Seattle, Washington, where this gentleman named Lou Tice created a company called the Pacific Institute. And before The Secret came to be.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
He would speak to companies, he would go into corporations, he would teach them how to set goals, like drive up their sales, create mindsets, and do all these things. So when I was younger, 25.
Really?
25, like sorting out life. I had the opportunity to go to one of his major conferences. I got to meet him. He actually brought me up on the stage for one of his, and there's, 400 people in this big convention center, and I'm this little farm girl that works at Quaker Oats that is now on a stage with a self-made billionaire. So that was pretty cool.
Wow.
It's those cool things that if you don't go, if you don't try, if you don't learn, if you don't leave, if you don't see, if you don't, you have to go. I was afraid to go. At the time I was nervous to go. I didn't want to go. I didn't know anything about anything, and it was magical that I made it there and learned all these incredible lessons. It was my aunt that was an entrepreneur, and she sent me that way, and I left. And then I have carried all of those things with me. You have to sit down and you have to create your goals, and you have to have your vision, and you have to write things down, and it does make a difference, and your thoughts will take you to wherever you want to go. The premise of his company was called Your Present Thoughts Determine Your Future.
Huh.
Yes. And it's true. Your present thoughts determine your future.
They really do.
Right? So if you're going to be sad and down and out, it's really not going to help. And it's the hardest thing to keep yourself motivated, because you are the only one to sit down and do it for yourself, right?
It's so true.
Like, I am separated, we've gone through the ringer. It is really, really hard to keep yourself in a positive place. I don't want to sit here and say like, oh yeah, I win. No. The journey is real, and the battle is real, and you just have to keep going and keep the faith that you absolutely are so powerful beyond measure that you will achieve your goals and get there and do it. It's amazing.
It's interesting too. It's like there's no winning at like life, right? Like there's no real competition. Like we're our own. We're playing a bigger game.
Yeah.
Bigger game.
Yes.
So when it comes to these different sources of inspiration, because we've all kind of got those motivators, those pieces of inspiration that we pick up that kind of propel us forward. Do you have somebody in your life, or was there like a key moment that was your biggest influence that sort of shaped you in this way?
I think that you read and you study and you learn and you go, and there's all these little tiny aha moments. So I don't want to say like that there was just one time so much, or one person, or one thing, because there's now a long list of influencers that I would go and look at. I love Steve Harvey. Okay. I love Steve Harvey, and I watch him and he inspires me. And this is a guy that has been homeless for 3 years, living in his car, to mega, and just a good example that yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
And to chase your dreams.
You have to chase your dreams, right?
That is really one of your cores, eh?
It is.
So when it comes to personal growth, self-discovery, you've already sort of alluded to the fact that this has been a trajectory of your life, this kind of personal development. Are there any specific maybe practices, approaches, things that you do that push you to continually develop and grow?
My kids.
Yeah.
My kids are my why. My kids are my reason for going. My kids are all of my entire soul and my reason. But, you know, I want them to be the best that they can possibly be. And I want them to know that they are powerful. And I want them to be very strong. And I want them to make good decisions. And I want them to witness, yes, you can. And I want them to know that mom will always protect them, look after them, be there for them, and help them make their dreams come true, because I will work forever to make that happen. So I want them to know, you know, yeah, you can go there and go, and they do, and they are doing phenomenal. I will have more moments where I'm going, okay, babies, like you should take a break and rest, you know, because it's a lot of two-a-days.
Yeah.
They're extraordinary athletes, and their run and hustle keeps me going. As long as they're going, I'm going, and I will make sure that they're successful. So they're it.
Seems like it's passed through your dad, eh? Because even some of the things that you shared earlier,
Papa Frank,
it passes through, right? And
oh yeah, Dad loved to work. Like my dad loved working. And it was sort of annoying to, like, mom would want him to come and sit down and, you know, sit with her after dinner or even before dinner. But he would come out of the barn, read the paper, and we would have dinner, and he would go straight back to work. So he would work at Quaker all day, and then he would come home, and then he would farm all night. So you always work. So yeah, lots of stuff passed down from Dad.
So you had shared with us that we lost your dad, Frank, 20 years ago. So one of those really, and I know too, it's one of those really, really tough life situations that sometimes we find ourselves.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's real. It's a lot. Do you know what I think in this life? All of us are going to take our lumps and bumps, and whatever it is that we have to go and get through, we all have to do it. There's a journey, you know, like people pass away of all kinds of things. People live with all kinds of things. There's always a struggle. There's always something. It is life. That's what we call life, right?
Yeah.
So no matter what it is, it's a lot of the same, like it's awful and it's heinous and it's hurtful and your heart breaks and you just want to crawl into something and not come back out again. You just can't, right?
Yeah.
So I think that it's really, really important to recognize it, to let it happen, to get all your feels out. Please cry. It's incredibly powerful to do that. And you have to let yourself go through all of the emotions, and no one's healing journey is or should ever be judged by anyone. Your healing journey is on your own time. If it takes you an entire lifetime to sort it out, that is okay. If it takes you 20 minutes, that's okay. It is what it is, but overcoming all of the battles, I think that you have to be kind to yourself. I think you need to love yourself. You have to forgive yourself. and none of us are perfect. And we're going to go through things, we're going to say things, we're going to react to things, after you have something really traumatizing,
Yep.
you have to get back out into the world. And when you get into the world's going to slap you around and someone's going to say something stupid and you're going to want to throw punch them. So the emotional intelligent thing is to not throw punch them. And you're good, but it's allowing yourself the time. And I think that is the most important thing. Right now, we're also in a time of convenience. Everything is a run and hustle. Everything is a go, go, go. Everything is immediate. And a lot of the times I feel like we don't take the time to get through the things that we really need to do. And it's important, right? Savor the moments. Take the pictures. You don't have to post the pictures. The pictures can just be for you.
Yeah.
There's also those things that are just for you, right? And I also think that some breaks from always being in a cell phone, always being on a computer, always being at a TV or all of those things, it is nice to just go for a walk, get a breath of fresh air, stand in some grass, look at the sun, breathe. It's nice to even take 10 minutes just for yourself to do a reset and just breathe for a second, right? And allow yourself the time to do that.
It's like all of these little things add up and contribute to like our overall wellness, right?
Totally.
So when we talk about being kind to ourselves and being kind to others, and we've talked about hard things and overcoming hard things, and you and I have had personal side conversations where we talk about the narrator who's speaking to us. And one of those, I've got a tough question today, but what is the meanest or cruelest thing anyone has ever said or done to you? But more importantly, how did you overcome it?
So I think that I can generalize. The meanest thing is other people's words. Okay, so without getting into exactly what it was, because there's multiple times, and usually it's other people's words that will put you in a spin, hurt you, make you feel like you are less than what you are, make you hate yourself, make you question yourself, make you, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I suck, they're right, no, I'm better than that, right? And that's a really hard thing to do, and that took 30 years of life to sort that out, right? So that's another part of forgiving and all of that sort of stuff, but forgiving yourself, right?
Yeah.
So our tongues are our strongest muscle. It's our words. They have so much power, and words can stay with you for a very, very, very long time.
They can.
And so when you're in those moments, and when you are being beat down, and when you are being hurt, and when someone is manipulating you or gaslighting you or trying to control you or do anything that is self-serving for them and it is really crushing you, you have to be the person to realize what's happening, keep your strength, and stand up. And that's the hard part about life. That's where no one is going to step in and do it for you. You have to be the one. You have to be the one to stand up and decide for yourself, yeah, no, I'm good enough. Yeah, they can take off, send them with some love and light, and release and carry on.
Exit stage right.
Right? Yeah, exit stage right. See you later. And keep yourself surrounded with good, positive people that are good for you. And everyone has good, positive people that are around them. And I'm so grateful for my circle, for my people, for the people that have stuck it out with me for the last few years that have been so incredibly difficult, and all of my beautiful friendships. Keep your friendships close. I sometimes can be a complete introvert. I can completely turn inside. I can shun people. I can keep people out. And then I decide that I'm going to be tough enough to do things on my own. And that never works. And it is not okay. And sharing and having people is really, really, really important.
It is interesting how toughness can be associated with like doing it myself.
Yes.
But like toughness is actually asking for help.
It is. And that's one of the hardest things that I struggle with, is asking for help. And I'm very independent, and I do resort to a survival mode type of living for a lot of things, right?
I've
run a business for a very long time. I own my house. I buy my cars. I take care of my kids. I take care of the trips. I take care of my team. Here, there, everywhere. And like it's a lot, right?
Yeah.
So the more bigger you grow, the more you need to grow for you and keep going, right? And you have to, yeah, it is a toughness. There is a toughness. There's a sincere toughness, and yep, you got to do it.
Yeah.
You got to stand up. You have to mentally be tough, and you have to mentally tell yourself, no, I got this. Yes, I can. And if you're having a bad day, just get through that day.
It's a moment.
Just today. Like, just for today, I'm getting through this, right? How often do we go, oh my gosh, and then you go into this crazy plan and you go into a downward spiral and everything becomes overwhelming and you're not going to hit your goal or hit what it is that you wanted to do, or then you beat yourself up, or someone else tells you and judges you on something that you didn't do, and you take that to heart and completely go ahead and crush yourself, you know?
Yeah, and get stuck in that story.
So stuck in the story, stuck in the narrative, stuck in all of your negative, and it happens a lot. It happens all the time. And then we compare ourselves, and then we see social media, and then we see what everyone else is supposed to be.
It's perfect.
And then we see what everyone else is doing, you know? We're always sitting in competition and what is new and what is going on, and then we judge ourselves, and it's a lot, right? It's constant, and it's a lot. I think that if we all knew that we all felt the same, if we all knew that we were all scared, if we all knew that we were all insecure, if we all knew that we had the same apprehensions, I think that we would all love each other and forgive each other and be kinder to each other. And the folks that are in my circle that get me and are that for me, I love you so much. Thank you. You were in that too. Thank you so much. I love you, baby. Like, you are the best. Like, the people that are your good vibes and your energy, and you know, like that, fill your cup, right?
Yeah, totally.
You can be a bucket filler or a bucket dipper, isn't that what they like? You can take away from someone's cup, or you can fill it, and you choose to be the filler instead of the one that takes, right?
Yeah.
You know? So I think that if we all had enough confidence in ourselves and to be authentic with ourselves and share if you're sad and down and out and everything else, right? Like, it's pretty scary when we're trying to do all these things alone. And I don't think that anybody ever has to be alone. And I don't want anybody to be alone, you know?
No. And again, like we said earlier, it's like life is not a race, right? We're not competing. Like, what do we play the bigger game?
You're
like,
not
be in
competing.
It for yourself. You're not competing.
You just look in the mirror. That's the only person you're competing against. That's it.
That's right. That's it.
That is it. You just look after you and make your goals for you and be proud of you.
Yeah. 100% of the time, you've had this. You have had this so far. 100% of the time in my life, I've had me. I've picked me up. Like, remind yourself of that, right? Like, when you're like, oh,
that's a good one, right?
I'm going to get in trouble and all these things are going to, no.
Yeah.
I've saved me before.
Yes.
You've saved you before.
Yeah, you're right.
Like we said, there's no knight in shining armor coming. Nobody's going to save us but ourselves.
That is totally true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And it leads me actually down this perfect path, because I want to ask you about success. And how success means different things to everybody. And I'm curious as to how you define success and what that looks like.
It's your own achievable goal.
Ooh.
It's your own achievable goal.
Yeah.
And your success is not based on anybody else's. I don't care about the car you drive, the house you have, your condo, your apartment, or the tent that you have out back. I don't care. Did you meet your goal? Did you do whatever it is that you set for you? It's only about you, and that is your success. You know? Just be honest.
Ooh.
Just be honest. Just say it like it is. Say what it is. I find that in my business, if there isn't an answer, if you're not sure of the answer, it is okay to say that.
Yes.
It's okay. I'm not sure, but I'm going to find out. It's another reason to learn. It's another reason to have another experience, another reason to get some education. You know, I think that being as honest as you can be, keeping your integrity, and choosing kindness. because sometimes it's the hardest thing to do.
It is the hardest thing to
in
choose.
the moment that you need to do it. And I think that resentment will crush you.
Yep.
And you have to learn to let that go. You know, resentment, I think, eats away at us,
Yeah.
and it pops up, and you have to get rid of it. So you, as life lessons, please don't get hung up on other people's stuff that you cannot change. And instead of resenting it, just send some love and light and carry on your own way, you know?
Pack it up and exit stage left.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
You're going to find your people. You're going to find the things that you're great at. You're going to find everything that is your own niche. And because you're living authentically and honestly. And I think that is so key.
And when you put that out there, that's what you get back, right? We reap what we sow. It's reciprocity. It's that whole ecosystem. Bring us on home for the Tiffany show. The floor is yours. If there is something that you want to say to somebody or the people watching, what is that message?
Gratitude and being a significant life lesson is to say thank you. And I have not been so great at saying thank you in my life. I'm learning, you know.
Oh.
I mean, send me back 20 years. I'm old now. I'm 45. I've lived. No, I'm great at the thank yous now, but I wasn't so great before. Right?
Okay. I was like, I feel like you're great at gratitude. But yeah.
Thank you, sweetheart. But
something you learned.
That was something to learn. And
tough lesson.
Waking up and saying thank you is a game changer. And I have started to implement that. And the people that have stuck with me, my clients that have always stuck with me, my friends and family that have always stuck with me, through the ups and downs and the crazies. I love you guys so very much. I'm never going to be able to thank you properly. I'm not. And to my kids, my wife, you are the greatest thing that have ever happened to me in my life. I love you guys.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Sarah
Yes.
Evans. You put me in the right mindset. You really do.
Sweetie,
I do.
You do for me too. You make my heart so happy, and I'm very, very grateful for you.
Please.
And your kindness, and your good energy, and you light up a room everywhere you go, and I'm so grateful for you. Thank you.
Vice versa.
Sincerely.
Thank you.
Thank you, honey.
Beautiful soul, Sarah Evans, Bull Real Estate. I'm going to shamelessly plug you because we're going to run your commercial after this anyway. But if you are buying or selling a house, you got to reach out to Sarah. If you know somebody that is looking to relocate to the area, you should reach out to Sarah. She's a local. She knows where all the good spots are and she'll hook you up.
That's true.
Sarah Evans, this has been an episode of The Tiffany Show. Thank you everybody for watching. Kojiko, Your TV, Peterborough, Euphoria Wellness Spa, Canoe Cafe. This has been another episode of The Tiffany Show. Keep kind and keep going.
Cheers.
I love you, boo-boo.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
Let's do this. Have a great day, everyone. Sarah Evans.
Looking to sell your home or cottage? You want to work with someone who knows the market inside and out. Hi, I'm Sarah Evans, born and raised in Peterborough, Ontario. I am very proud to call this great community home. If you are thinking of selling your home, I will find a buyer for you. Contact me today and I can promise to exceed your expectations. 705-768-6278 or visit sarahevans.ca.
Not intended to solicit those currently under contract.